Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
All right. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. I am Elder Rawchaa, and you are tuned into G.O.C.C. Media, all right? Tuesday nights. So, good to see everybody there tonight. How is everybody doing out there tonight? All right, I'm looking in the chat. I see we have a lot of people in there. Make sure you guys go ahead and actually hit that like button. Hit that like button, all right? I was just trying to pull up this little movie here. I think I got it. I think we have it. Anyway, so good to see everybody out there today. Shalom, everybody. How y'all doing? Good to see everybody. I'm all right. Listen, I'm blessed. I am blessed awaiting our kingdom. Right? So I'm looking forward to the Passover to see all these beautiful people. Right? We just enduring to the end like Christ told us to, right? And, you know, that's why tonight's lesson, I'm just bringing it out. I want to hear some of your opinions and some of your thoughts on what's going on with these drones in the sky and right, the abomination that make it desolate, that's trying to, and this is just one part of it, that's trying to take the jobs and, you know, and just replace our women and you understand, to where we can't even reprocreate. It'll just be an empty place, right? It'll not be empty in the sense of, yeah, robotics won't be out here, AI won't be out here, but people will cease to exist if this continues to go on, right? It'll be just totally desolate in that sense, right? So make sure you guys hit that like button. I know a lot of people have been, you know, contacting me on social media. Make sure you get this book, The Iodine Crisis. And just for those of you who don't know, the second pre-order batch, because like I said, as soon as we got the first pre-order batch, it already sold out, and the second one is nearly sold out. So yours should be going out tomorrow. You guys should be going out tomorrow, actually. So we've been, you know, very speedy about that. And soon, if it be the Most High's will, I will have some of my stuff down the line on Amazon. So, you know, we working to help our people. So, like I said, get the Iodine Crisis, and it will help to educate you guys. And I will be I'll probably go into again next week on some more testimonies in this, because I know some of you probably haven't finished the book. But it's one thing to read the book, but then it's one thing to have understanding on how these things work and everything else that goes with it and behind it. So, yeah. I don't want my mind to get clogged. Yeah, I wanted to put this out there. Sometimes some of you guys hit me up as if I'm a doctor. I cannot advise you as a doctor, right? So I try to put things out on these shows, Patreon. You know, I was on the Academy last week. I try to put things out there as best as I can, in the right format, legal format, because some people, they have faith, in their leaders because they see the Christ in them. But, we still have to do things according to the legalities, you understand, and everything, because there's a lot of administrations out there that try to get in the way of our people and their help. So always make sure you do your own research. That's why the first thing I did is said, listen, get this book and follow these doctors in here. I'll tell you what I do. You tell me your experience. Okay. So, I got lots of people hitting me up, and, praise the Most High that they trust and believe in their elders, but you have to still understand the stance that I have to take, being a pastor over the flock. Okay. So, yeah. As a matter of fact, hopefully, I'll have my wife bring me some in with my electrolyte drink. She's gonna bring me. So, if you listening, Rib, you put me some of that good old, some of that good old red up in there. If you know what I mean. Yeah, because I had a good workout today, and it's gonna keep me on point. So, anyway. Yes, I hope you guys saw the Academy last week. We were talking about some things that you can say for food when it comes to what the scriptures talk about saving, right? Some of the major things that the Bible talks about saving in the book of Ecclesiasticus. So make sure you go back and check out that. And we also talked about the path to the mark. Okay, the path to the mark. Shaphat brought out some great news. So if you are not in our Hebrew and Bible Academy, make sure you go to historytimes.org. I'll put it on the screen for you, and I will put the link in the chat box for you. historytimes.org. All right. And boy, we are here. So I'm basically, and the elders may go into this even deeper. Right? The elders may go into this even deeper. So let me put the link in there for you guys really quick. If you guys want to join our Hebrew and Bible Academy, if you just want to be studious, you can be in any other religion, but it may shift your mind to think about, like, hey, what am I really doing here? Or you may just add some things to, your repertoire on your journey. Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever you want to call yourself. I think when you join this, you're going to be like, wow, this is one of the best classes that I've ever taken. And you can actually prove these things beyond any shadow of a doubt with the historical evidence and all of the biblical proof that we bring out in the Hebrew and Bible Academy, right? So anybody can take it. Professors, pastors are all welcome. And it's just going to add to you. But I'm going to tell you something. I can bet you $1 million I don't have that you're going to be shocked. Yeah, you got some of that good old stuff in there. That's what I'm talking about. See, yes indeed. Got that good old electrolyte drink, and we got a little bit of that red up in there. But it ain't what the Hollywood be drinking. That's what I'm talking about. That is all right. So we got the selenium, that vitamin C up in there, and guess what? We're about to make it happen tonight, okay? So, I got to have my 80 drops a day. I'm not going to lie to you. I may surpass 80 drops, though. I'm not going to lie, because that's just, depending on what type of output you put out when it comes to your workload and your mental workload, physical workload, that's eventually what you need to learn about. And when it comes to this, it's just like you lose a lot of glucose, you lose protein. Some minerals are like that when it comes to iron, iodine, things like that. Okay, so this is just what I deal with, and I'm on it, and I will make sure I keep a stockpile, because if they ever want to get crazy when it comes to these nuclear fallouts and things like that, there's a lot of benefits when it comes to that, right? Ooh. Well, Mualeth, you should go and watch our Patreon. I did a whole Patreon on this. I don't know how to say your name right. Mualetet Shatat. Man, I don't want to mess your name up. I'm about to butcher your name, sis. Lugos iodine, in my opinion. All you got to do is go to my website, KIISupplements.com. All right. But we have to get on with the show. All right. I'll put it in there because I know people be asking me the whole show, Elder, what's the website? And I'm trying to get on with the show. There you go. All right. There you go. You can find it on there, but you have to pre-order it. And this one will not have any shellfish or heavy metals. So I can't tell you which one to get out there, and then something happened to you, and you come back and be like, Elder, listen, that's why I stand by mine. I stand on mine to be one of the best in the world, and that's facts. Okay, this is not just marketing. This is like actually who I am. Okay, so anyway, that's why I'm promoting the academy, because you're gonna have a double-edged sword to battle any demon out there. All right. So as I was looking for this movie called was it a series or was it a movie called Afraid? Afraid, I think it's Afraid 2024. Yeah. With the robot. AC, will they let me play a trailer of it? If you're out there, AC, let me know, will they let me play a trailer of the movie? I need to text AC and see if they will let me. One second, guys. Will they let me play a trailer? Let me see. Without getting flagged. My bad. I had to text AC really quick. I just want to be sure. All right. Because, yeah, I've been, I wanted to show you guys these two robot movies. Well, three actually. Since we'll be talking about it tonight. There we go. Subservience. These are a few movies you can check out. As a matter of fact, I'll show you really quick before we go in. You have, since we'll be talking about it tonight, Subservience. Right? You can check that one out on Netflix. Okay? They shouldn't flag me for this. This is just, I mean, I'm not going to play the sound, but hopefully they won't flag me for this. So this guy, he falls in love with this OnlyFans model, Megan Fox. She's not OnlyFans, but I'm just saying that it's just another Kim Kardashian to me. So anyway, she falls in love. Oh, if you want to know where I got this shirt from, Deacon Malak, I got my chain shining and the shirt shining at the same time. That's going to be a Deacon Malak for you. The shirt going to be shining and the chain. That's just the priesthood of my brother. He's a Levite. All right. So anyway, yeah, you can check this movie out, but you have another movie called Afraid. Check these movies out, guys. I mean, they just dropping it. Right? You probably like, Elder, why you not playing the volume? I have to make sure I can play the volume so they don't take my show down. Okay? So these are a few movies. Elder Homestead is coming out 2 on December 20th. Oh, really? I don't even know what that is, but I'm sure I'm going to check it out. Right? So these are some people who was involved with the Purge movies. Check out, man, they a little bit, with this OnlyFans stuff, they just show too much of some of these trailers. Come on now. Right? But anyway, check that movie out. All right? And then you have season 2 of Accused. I really don't watch this show, but I watched this particular season just for this AI episode. All right. In 2024 Accused episode, Megan's story, the robot girl named Eve. Her name is Eve. He named this girl Eve, and is a creation of Megan's sister. All right. Eve is a prototype designed to meet the person's intimate needs. In the episode, Megan is consumed by work and feels guilty about not spending more time with her husband to start a family. She convinces Lila to let her husband John to try out the robot. John initially hesitates, but eventually forms an emotional connection with Eve. I don't know how many of you guys saw this out there. If you did, I want you to call in the show and tell me what you thought about it. The connection damages John's marriage to Megan, who becomes jealous of Eve. Megan tries to restore their relationship by following Lila's advice to have a baby through IVF, right? The in vitro. However, John asks Megan for a divorce because he is in love with Eve. He done fell in love with Eve. All right? So listen, we are primed for the New World Order. We are primed for what the Bible calls the abomination that make it desolate. We're primed for the mark of the beast. Okay? And I'm not talking about for the righteous. The world is. The world is already accepting these things. Okay? It's robots everywhere. The brother from ATL Church showed me the robots in the hood of Atlanta going up and down the steps, able to circle around the apartment complex in less than 60 seconds. And they saying they're not here to replace police, just to add to the security. And once again, like we always said, this is in the inner cities and in the slums, in the hoods. Okay, this is where it's coming to, guys. Okay, so we just gonna get straight to it, man. I'm going to open the calls pretty early today, and we're going to talk about what you guys have been seeing on the news, or if some of you guys have been so-called seeing sightings in New Jersey and different parts of America when it comes to these so-called drones or these so-called UFOs. All right. So just Google them. We'll talk again about it, Mr. David E. Birch. We'll talk about it again. So I want to hear your guys' comments on this this spaceship craft, and I mean they're just showing so many different types of crafts, guys. It's just amazing to me because it's showing when we were overseas drones that we used to see overseas and Iraq and Syria, and it's like, man, these are normal military drones, and they fooling the people. They're fooling the people to think that these is some type of alien craft or something like that. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to go right back. I'm going to go right back to what I just showed a few weeks ago. Ramar showed it. I showed it. Elder have showed it many times. But we're going to relate it to the scriptures, right? Yep. And we're going to talk about Trump's little team he has. But first, let me go back into this here. While they have people distracted with Jay-Z and Tony Bugsby. Ooh, that's nice. You got to mix it with something. Don't just deal with it by itself, or it's gonna be tasting like just seawater. You'll be drinking weird seawater. Don't do it like that. All right. So let me put this in here really quick. We're going to get straight to it. We're going to go straight to Rumble. I hope you're ready to rumble. Let's get it. Let's go back to this video and let me see, can I find
Donald Trump Jr. here with an urgent message about America's irreversible path towards
fair use for educational purposes only. Dude, we not trying to see your ads right now, brother. Dr. John Jr., we want to get straight to the point, my brother. Please, not right now. Can I please? Okay, that's how we get back to it. Let me skip this ad.
If you drink hot water with
excuse me 1 second, guys, please.
On an empty stomach, this is what.
Let me get this thing right real quick first. Lord have mercy. There we go.
My name is Joseph Spencer. From May 1970 to October 1997, I served the United States government as a top secret operative, but not in a category that is commonly known or understood. I was known as a man in black. Following 7 years acting as a counterintelligence agent for the CIA, I was recruited for...
If you can remember this guy, I'm not going to play the whole thing except for what I'm talking about tonight, because I do want to open the calls early tonight. because I did not open them, I think last week. So I'm going to open them tonight early. And I want to hear you guys' comments. Now, I wanted to just bring this to put you in remembrance of what we see happening, that it's just a coincidence. It could be just a coincidence that they said it in this video here. Now, he's reading a letter from a CIA agent, and you know, it just seems very similar to what's going on right now. So let me bring it right here and see if we can get close as possible.
To this day.
Pay attention.
So they stuffed out a documentarian.
Yep.
Well, that's not good to hear.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on. In 1954, Dwight Eisenhower signed what's known as the Granada Treaty with the alien gray race. In exchange for shared alien technologies, the Greys were allowed to abduct a number of humans annually for medical examination. The Greys also demanded anonymity from the public.
TV boss, how can I donate? Okay, if you want to donate really quick, because I just saw that. I don't know if you're new or not, but I'll put it up there for you, sir. This is how you can donate, because we do need church support. You can actually donate by going to Cash App, $GOCC report. $GOCC report, or you can go to gatheringofchrist.org/donate, all right? Hopefully that helps you. Let's continue.
Later, human technology took a giant leap forward with circuit chips, fiber optics, and lasers. The Granada Treaty is still active today, but the number of human abductions has increased, despite objections from the world governments. Now, the really interesting part. Every year, at least 8 million children go missing in the world. I can attest that 1/3 of them are abducted by government operatives and transported to any one of the 1,477 underground military installations on the planet. Then,
what does that sound like to you? We are already, before they split us up into less colonies or less states, human trafficking was going on the show Colony. And where were they telling the people? Some people they were tricking, telling them they were going someplace special, but they were really going where? They were going, I forget what the place where they were calling it. What place were they were calling it? But basically they were going to space on some spaceship to work in the factory. It was a factory. They were going to the factory, right? But they were really being abducted, right? And taken and transitioned into the factory, into these grays, these so-called fallen angel demonic grays. Okay, that's how it was going. So very similar to what have already been going on for years. Okay?
And for the remainder of their lives. The children are subjected to biological and genetic experiments, dissections, and mutilations performed not by human scientists, but an alien gray species.
Fallen angels. Fallen angels, which is more fallen angels than humans that fell with the devil. All right? You got the book Satan's Angels, right? Exposed. More than mankind. It's a lot of these guys. Demons, fallen angels, and all types of hybrids that they've created. All right? To work under them. Yeah. So let me tell you, this is who is really in the shadow government. So when they act like they don't know what's going on, now we just allow time to go, because time proves all things. See, better is the end of a thing than the beginning of it. So you can't really prove something except for by a person's fruit. So we can give our opinions and prophesy in part, but until we fully see who a person is, that's when we'll know. But we also not silly. We're not stupid. As they're promoting to the rest of the world, putting them and keeping them in this brainwashing stupor, confusion, which the Most High is not the author of.
During my stay at the Vanguard Underground Base north of Phoenix, Arizona, I witnessed many of these procedures. Because there was no form of anesthesia administered to the young patients, the halls reverberated with the screams of tortured children from morning to night. The ones that perished were incinerated in the installation's crematoriums. My point of contact at this...
when I hear what he's talking about here, it just reminds me off topic that how important it is for us to keep our families in order. Because the devil cannot just operate any type of old way and just come in and deal with you if you have that seal of the Most High, right? Let me tell you, even if people were not baptized right away, they still have more protection than the next worldly person if the husband and wife is agree together, if the family's in order, if they don't have the child just free all out everywhere, because it's always like, oh, this happened to my child. But how were you actually raising your child? You have these excuses like, oh, you used to do it when you was young, so they got to do it. All this stupid stuff. Well, like Antoine Dotson said, you better hide your kids and hide your wife, because it's been going on for years and it's getting worse now. Pay attention.
This was Lieutenant Colonel Charles T. Leninger, and he was a human-alien hybrid. And get ready for this.
See, we teach about who is Edom. And we teach about how a part of Esau's lineage, a small part of it, how they actually mixed in with the Canaanite Nephilim seed. Right? Yeah, so this is something they're not teaching in the churches, that there's Amalekites and other parts of Edomites that's out here, right, through Zepho, walking around, you see, because Zepho, he actually took over parts of Europe where the Asians were. Okay, so the churches have no clue of who any of these nations are, so they can't tell people who the real enemy is. Right? Yeah.
In 1994, the World Population Summit in Cairo, Egypt, had 160 nations participate, where they all agreed that the human population...
You think the Egyptians don't know what's going on and who we are? When we lived over there, we traveled, they knew exactly what's going on. Let me tell you, they're playing stupid. And sometimes you'll have some fools go over there, professing to be Israelites and all that, and just doing all types of madness. And it actually had ended up on one of their TV little talk shows or something like that one day. It wasn't our church. But when we told people, like, listen, they have top security over there. You might think it's a third world country, which it is, but when it comes to knowing what's going on in the world, why are they having a meeting in Cairo? Yeah, because America pays these guys, I think, $1 to $3 million a year. I don't know if they're still doing it, but let me tell you, they know exactly who we are and what's going on. People passing through the airports and they're asking, why are you reading the Bible? Checking laptops and all that. There's so many different types of stories like that. Right?
It was out of control and must be stopped because the world is running out of resources. An agreement was formed that would mandate the reduction of humans from 6 billion to 800 million.
Elder, I keep pausing it, but I have to be very specific in this. Elder just showed, right? I think he just showed this very recently in the Academy or the Patreon where actually Bill Gates was sitting there laughing with his elite crowd about taking down the population of the human race. And it was supposed to happen, according to this video, late 2017-18. But it ended up falling behind and ended up happening late 2019-2020. So I'm not here when we watch these videos to say these guys are some type of prophet. No, ain't no prophets. The last prophet was Christ. The whole deal is they have to tell you what's going on sometime and what they're going to do. And to those who have an ear, let them hear. They already know, according to their sorcery, their witches, their warlocks, and their so-called seers, who they can attack, but they still going to try to attack the chosen. But they already know it's going to be a certain amount of people that they can take down. That is a given for them that they already know. You know how we know? Because even when you read, when it talks about Noah was praying to the Most High, right? And I think this is in the pseudepigrapha or the pseudepigrapha, that Noah was asking the Most High, like, listen, help us from some of these demons. They're attacking our children. And Satan said, well, hey, let me keep a certain part to prove the sons of man. Right? So they already know that it's going to be a certain amount that they can take out. So it's our job to make sure we're doing what we need to do to endure to the end and get called in that number. See? So they already know, like, it's going to be a certain amount of people who's going to take this and do this, and it's going to be a chosen who we have to battle against in the end. They know that. So they can put this out there because they know for you to fall in the righteous number and be the chosen, you're not going to do what we're doing to the rest of the people anyway. So they don't mind putting the information out through their so-called people on YouTube, their little fake whistleblowers, and all that. Pay attention. Make sure you hit that like button when you come in for us, okay? So we can get other people in here. All right?
By the year 2030. This meant finding a method.
Agenda 2030.
Nearly 95% of the population. Solutions were discovered, investigated, tested, then created, and have been in full force since. The procedures have been inflicted onto the human race are as follows. 1. Toxic levels of chemically enhanced fluoride have been secretly added to our drinking water over the last 20 years in every city and community on the planet. I personally oversaw the delivery of fluoride barrels to Denver, Chicago, Tampa, and Minneapolis water departments. The adverse effects of fluoride poisoning to the human body are numerous and debilitating. The effects to children is damage to their neurological development, among other serious ailments. 2. Man-made viruses and diseases. The AIDS virus, which was a design...
Man-made virus. Well, we're not talking about how doctors have said, according to doctors out there, I showed it here, like a few shows ago, that they are saying that viruses don't even exist. That's why he said man-made. They have never proved that viruses are real. You can look it up yourself. They have never proved it. So that's why the Bible says our people suffer for a lack of knowledge. As we're waking up, we have to know what's real, what's concrete, and what's not. So that you can't be walking around here operating in the spirit of fear, which the Most High did not create us in. See? Yes, there's toxins. Yes, there's disease. Yes, there's sickness. But this thing, what they're really calling a virus, yeah, they were really trying to do what Elon Musk said, trying to kill something called the woke virus. Watch this. Here, as many politicians, 1 second. Yeah. Let me see if I can get it for y'all. One second. It's on NBC News. The woke mind virus. But he's using this as an excuse instead. As his daughter trying to turn to the other side. Where is it at really quick? I know you guys probably heard of it. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Fair use, educational purposes only. We'll go back to it.
His whole shtick as governor of Florida and presidential hopeful is that he is against the woke, against wokeness. He famously used the term 7 times in just a 20-second section of a speech last month. And now he's pushing the idea of some kind of, quote, woke mind virus.
You see, before America, they were not talking about any viruses. Just so you know. I keep telling you guys about this virus thing. That they think the gospel of Christ and the people who are awakened is the virus. That's just the truth of the matter. They are telling you that, but they're using another excuse to say, hey, we have to kill the woke mind virus. We have to kill the God gene. Turn it off. Because these people, you go back to the wisdom of Solomon where it talks about these people judge us. They think they're better than us. They call us, copycats, not authentic. That's what it talked about in the wisdom of Solomon. So they're trying to kill the woke virus. Because if they can kill the woke virus, we can't wake anyone else up. So they give you this trashy rap music, the same old thing that we think if we're not making the same type of music as the world, we don't fit in or we don't go hard. We're not good enough. Elon Musk and this dude here.
He's popularized, of course, by his pal, the billionaire chief twit, Elon Musk. Musk has been pushing the idea of a woke mind virus for nearly 18 months now. And yet this is the best he could come up with to describe his boogeyman, even in the friendliest of interviews.
I think we need to be very cautious about.
This is the best he can come up with. So what, meaning what? Nobody's buying what he's talking about. They've been pushing this guy. This dude look just like Terminator too. I mean, it's funny that he's going to be the one putting a chip in your brain, and just so happened he looked just like, I will be back. He looked just like Black, right? Arnold Black. Arnold Schwarzenegger. That means Arnold Black. Literally. Schwartz means black. Swarthy means black. Schwartz means black, right? And then Nager means black. So Arnold Schwarzenegger actually means Arnold Black. See? They done brought out Arnold Schwarzenegger's twin to bring in these robots. Literally. And he's talking about, I'm trying to kill the woke mind virus because this new generation is turning to the rainbow. Dude, give me a break. Like Christ said, for those who have an ear, let us hear. I see, let me tell you, I see holes all through this.
Anything that is anti-meritocratic and anything that is that results in the suppression of free speech. So, those are two of the aspects of the woke mind virus that I think are very dangerous.
Nice and vague. Look.
Taking away a free speech, dude, you are sounding straight confused. This is why I'm talking about Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Dr. Wizard of Oz are coming in with the government. You know one thing about the Democrats, what I'll say? At least you know what you were up against. We used to say that about the Republicans, but this time the Republicans are bringing in, let me tell you, we have to bring all the, the good biblical rights. We got to bring the Bible back to school, take away abortion, do all of these so-called good things that the Bible says. When they say peace didn't come in sudden destruction, and you should not be saved out of it. They are bringing the tree of good and evil. You got to be careful. But I'm not really angry about it, because guess what? Either way, we were going to make it through it either way. If it be the Most High's will, we're going to make it through it either way. If I got time to buy me some time to get my funds and my money right, and I'm cool with that. So, but unfortunately, the poor and the ignorant, they will not see how smooth these guys are just bringing this through. Only thing they care about is somebody being white. But when Elon Musk starts to bring in these so-called miracles, you're going to see Democrats who are going to turn to Republicans too. I can heal you, right? We can rebuild you. We can make them talk again. We can make them do this, do that, walk again. Through their robots that they're going to bring down from 30,000 to 10,000 in the year 2025. Oh, yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, if you cannot coherently define the woke mind virus that you've been obsessing over for a year or more, perhaps you are the one who's got it.
You see? So these people on the other side of the world, these Arabs and stuff, they're not stupid. They like, this dude is speaking with a double tongue. Dude, you know what the woke mind virus is, because the Arabs over there, they know. They're either joining Esau in the war, or they're sitting back waiting for the chosen to wake up. They already know we're the Jews. I have a millionaire friend over there, and he told me they've been knowing we the Jews. He's from Saudi Arabia. He said they've been knowing the Jews. And I said, man, why y'all don't tell us? He said, well, because, y'all not saying nothing. Y'all not doing nothing about it. So we ain't saying nothing. He literally said that to me. He was just like, they don't make a big deal about it. They like, y'all not making a big deal about it. We know the two differences of Israel and Bani Yaakov. So we know the difference between the Israelis and the sons of Israel. They know the difference. Okay? They know the Jews, like Mahmoud Ahmadinejad said, left black and came back white.
Ron DeSantis' whole shtick as governor.
Right, so let's get back to our little video here. Just wanted to show that really quick. The woke mind virus, dude. Stop trying to use your daughter as an excuse. You are a snake. Anybody buying these so-called miracles that he's bringing, that's on you. To those that have ears, let them hear. Let no man deceive you.
Design a byproduct of the American Disease Institute, was distributed through vaccines to the public in 1980. Instituted as a preliminary population control tactic, the results were successful and led to more lab-produced viruses that have since been unleashed onto the public. Among those is the development of a mutated version.
What did you just see? You just saw a parasitic bug simultaneously while he's talking about the vaccines. So they're trying to tell you what I'm telling you on here.
Of the common flu to replicate the 1918 influenza pandemic that killed 40 million people. The first strain of this new flu virus will be released to the public in late 2017.
You hear that? This is why I brought it back. They said it was going to be in late 2017. It fell behind, and what did we see soon after? That thing that happened in 2020, right? Pay attention.
So if we see a flu outbreak in the late 2017 or early 2018 that's killing people, we'll know this is true.
Right.
3, killing us from the air with neurotoxins, barium chloride, cancer microbes, and viruses by way of chemtrails. Released into the skies daily over all inhabited regions by military aircrafts.
I went from 200.
Well, listen, I'm happy for you, but you in my way. You in my way right now with all that. Excuse me, guys. This reminds me of. Let me get it. Yeah, you got it. These Illuminati cards. This reminds me, fair use educational purposes only. Now looky here. Foreign aid, why do they have the alien gray right there? And on some of these Illuminati cards. Look at this weather control. This weather warfare, allegedly we've been dealing with these hailstorms, these hurricanes out of nowhere, So-called climate control. Yeah. We got a man here who look like Obama, like he could be Obama. Look, all of us, check it out. 1 second here. Look at that. Earthquakes. Censorship. Hillary Clinton. Computer security. Remember all the way back to the oil spill? The terrorist nuke and the Pentagon and the Twin Towers. Man, what a coinkadink. What a coinkadink. Conspiracy theories? Do you guys see that? Is that not always a talk of the town, guys? I mean, they got a card showing straight chemtrails on there and all that. Look at this one here. The Church of Middle America. It says they'll never get it, even when the saucers are flying overhead. Any sub-genius group that controls the church gets +2 to its power and global power. If it already has global power, just out of, I think, sheer something. I can't see the rest. Would you just look at that? Combined disasters. You may combine 2 disasters on the same place as long as both are eligible eligible to be used on it. Play both of the disaster cards as well. Pick one disaster to be the main one and follow all the instructions on this card. These are just straight sorcery cards. A sorcerer's playbook. See? Let me tell you, people are all over social media, simple as the day is old, falling for it. Do you know every night I look up, I can tell the difference between the Most High's stars or angels and then the drones. See, something that disappears out of thin air and comes out in the same portal every night, just like the sun goes into a portal, the moon goes into a portal when it leaves, like it talks about in the book of Enoch. I can see the same cherubim and the same angels, how the Most High have them placed. I see them every night. And I'm always talking about, how do people do not see this every night? You're driving on the road, it be 3, 4, and people just don't say nothing. People are totally blinded, just like we were before. But all of a sudden, now they don't just have people looking at these fake Blue Beam Project drones in New Jersey. They're looking at the whole sky now, period. They're looking at the whole sky now, period. But what does the Bible say about this? Let's go to Jeremiah 10:2. What does the Bible say about it? Jeremiah 10:2. No, I don't want, I need that KJV, brother. Give me that KJV. And give me that soft stuff. Right? This new generation soft stuff. I'm good. Give me that rough King James version. See? Just straight to the point. Jeremiah 10:2 says, well, let's go to 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. You Negroes, you Native Indians and Hispanics who think that you're Gentiles or African Hamites or something. No, you are God's chosen people. And you just won't accept it. You're just going to fall asleep. When you've been hearing this for years from your grandpas, your grandmothers, and you still won't accept it. But you might want to wake up now, because the time is very short. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. You saying God talking to the church. No, he's specifically talking to a people right here. He's not talking to the Gentiles. Yeah, now he may be talking to the Gentiles who are attached to these people, meaning they follow Christ with them, but he's specifically right now talking to the house of Israel, because these people will lead and govern Christ's kingdom as they did before they fell, when their forefathers stopped following the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, meaning don't do what they do. Don't try to live the way they live. You are different. They backstab each other. They steal for one another. They will kill each other because of some type of get insurance, right? All that to get to steal their dad's legacies. These are Roman murderers. And am I saying everyone's like that? No. But listen, the elite, this percentage, this high class of Esau, this is how they operate. Blood drinkers, vampires mindset. Thus, or this saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. What does that mean all of a sudden? Shalom to my brother and Elder Dale out there. Okay? Thank you, sir. What does dismayed mean? Let's go to the Hebrew. Let's go to the Hebrew on my notes really quick here. So, we have kathath, dismayed, a primitive root properly to prostrate, hence to break down, either by violence or figuratively. by confusion and fear. Abolish affright. So this is where we're getting to, because it's specifically to the context clues here, talking about being afraid, over wondering. Abolish affright, to make afraid, to be amazed, to beat down, discourage, to cause to dismay, go down, scared, terrified. So what are we sticking with? To be afraid. And then the term amazement, we're more so talking about what people are doing right now, being afraid. Because who is the one pushing fear out here? It is the snake, the serpent himself. Right? Making you think you got to end on something, like you out on something. Like he told Eve, you're going to be like gods. If we don't join the robots, if we don't become one with robots, whatever's out there in the sky is going to take us out. We have to come together in one religion as one. See? Yeah. The food is killing us. So we had to create the bioengineered. The food is killing us. It got poisons. They're doing fluoride. So it's better that we create the safe food for you. See? See how the devil sells it? It's better that we make everything safe for you. We can even make you have your babies a certain way where it just comes out safe. You get your C-section. You don't even got to get C-sections no more. They will promote green energy. So when you see the devil now promoting, talking about, no, we're against abortions. We're against this. We're against that. But then you're bringing in the mark of the beast, though. How is that helping us? You're bringing in robots to replace our black women. See? So what does he say? This saith the Lord, or thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Don't be like them. You want your Birkin bag, your Gucci bag. You trying to be like them. Let them have this trash in this kingdom. When you sitting here fighting and getting robbed over this stuff in your community. See, this ain't nothing but a white man's name on a purse. When you could have tried to make your own purse because you create style. You just have to learn and study back end in business. You have a sister thinking she's better than another sister because she got a white man's name on the bag. That's straight brainwashing. You feel good because you can walk in a Gucci store, but you still broke. You still don't own your time. Time is more important than money. When you can wake up when you want to wake up, when you can go and do what you want to do, when you can raise your kids the way you want to raise your kids, that's rich. It's not about the amount of money you have. It's how you use the money. And that's something we all can get better at. Okay? But first, the Bible said, be content with food, shelter, and raiment. Because if you keep wanting to be like the heathen, you're just going to stay in the rat race. Yeah, you got to grind. Yeah, you got to work hard to be better. But not at the cost of your soul and being deceived to think that you've made it when your people haven't made it. You can't be broke and build a kingdom. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about be a peasant, to be a hermit crab hiding under a rock. That's not what I'm talking about. You can't build a kingdom like that. It's a fine line balance for this. See? So, be not afraid at what's in the sky. Oh my goodness, look at New Jersey. You see the drones? Man, what they gonna do? I'm hearing this all over the internet. Man, these people are primed for the New World Order. Simple as a day's old. I'm seeing drones that we were seeing when we was in Egypt. I've been seeing hundreds upon hundreds of the Most High ships. I was out there on Shecum's, Elder Shecum's roof when he left Egypt with me and my little family. 5 o'clock in the morning, I seen hundreds of thousands of ships in the sky. And this is a true story. It was me and some other brothers who can verify it. It was like an armada of ships. So I'm like, these things been out there. These things been out there. But what they are bringing out is different of why I'm showing you this video. They're bringing out something totally different, and now they're bringing out some blue beam project, which works hand in hand with chemtrails. Them spraying the sky, they can put that perfect projection up as if the sun is darkened, the moon is darkened. The same time they showed this thing in New Jersey, I was like, why is the sky so dark out here in Houston right now? Why is the sky so dark? Like the rest of the actual, the regular sky was light. But it's as if somebody put some darkness over the skies, guys. And so I asked Elder Rawchaa, and I asked the people over there, I'm like, when did this happen? I'm like, this is the same Friday. This is the same Saturday, I think I came from the Sabbath. On the way home from visiting my mom, I'm like, it's extra dark, as if it was a giant spaceship over the land. But it wasn't. I believe they made these clouds. I mean, they made the sky so dark to make some false prophecy, because the Bible talks about the sun will not shine her light, the moon and the stars won't be up there. And you guys are seeing these drones and these so-called spaceships that you don't know about. And they've showed already some Project Bluebeam stuff. I showed you on our show. They've showed a fake Mary and Christ coming back, simple as the days old, people crying and all that. Africans. See, they scam so much. They let Esau scam them. Huh? These Nigerians were scamming so much they got scammed thinking Mother Mary was coming out the sky. They already believe if they seen a white man, they ain't got to go to church. Now Mary is coming out the sky. Lord have mercy. They make it bad for the good brothers and sisters over there in Africa. I can't wait, boy, till the Most High saves our brothers and sisters, the true brothers and sisters that's scattered in Africa. Don't worry, brothers and sisters. You don't have to be among these scammers and these people with this 90% voodoo and Islam over there. Your Savior is coming. Don't worry. Keep doing the work. We shall soon be together. Right? Because let me tell you, if it ain't, like Elder was talking the other day, if it ain't for the Nigerians, because I was like, why do the Egyptians hate the Nigerians so much? It wasn't just because of race. I found out that they were scammers. Not that the Egyptians can say anything, because they got the nickname Alibaba from the Arabs. You get into it with a taxi driver, boy, it's real out there. So they can't say nothing either. Between the Nigerians, our brothers, the Arabs and the East Indians, Lord have mercy. I was in the feed store the other day, side note. Well, me and my wife, we just looking for some stuff for our goats. And I'm not saying this is all East Indians, but it's kind of is for the most part. This dude bent the corner. As soon as he bent the corner, I deal with goats and sheep every day, and they don't smell that bad. No offense, brother. I'll probably never meet you or see you again, brother. But you had not to take a bath for a year to smell like that, king. I mean, not king. Ain't no king. Let me take that back. Yeah, Mr. Babylonian. You had not to take a bath for at least... Let me tell you, if somebody didn't take a bath for a week, they wouldn't smell like that. They probably smell a little musty. But this thing was like legion of demons following this cat. My wife, we sitting there reading a little stuff for the goats. And my wife, she was finna faint. So she put her nose on my chest, on my bosom. And I'm like, I'm already reading the signs. I'm like, you know what? And they came close to us. The person in the store was trying to guide them to where we was. And I said, you know what? I just played it. I said, yeah, we gonna get out their way. Yeah, we gonna go ahead. So we just left the store. On the next aisle, we smelt the situation still. I said, Lord have mercy. See, my wife thought when I told her when I was in Egypt, it'd be people getting on the bus with smells and all that, women and all that, because they believe that it's an attraction from the pheromones of men and women by not bathing and all that. I'm good on all that. I'm going to follow what the Most High told Aaron and Moses. See? Because I used to get on and I have to get off to stop earlier just because this will be popping off. I'm like, it's that time of the month, plus they ain't bathing. I'm out of here. Then they might have to sit next to me. I'm sitting here about to faint, about to throw up. So I got on the next aisle. I'm like, yo, I'm still smelling this dude. So only thing I can say, only thing that whatever rat guide out there or Kali or whatever elephant or bull guide, it's a legion of demons following this cat. And he just like a normal guy, dressed nice. Let me tell you, if y'all making babies with men like that, whoo, man, my goat and cow smell better than that when they don't bathe. That's a shame. Woo, but I'm gonna get back on the topic. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, and learn not the way of the heathen. Because if Yaki awakened telling you don't take a bath, you might want to think about this story I'm telling you right now. Be very careful. That's all I'm saying. I love you, Yaki awakens, brother. I think you're going to awaken one day. Maybe not to Yaki, but maybe to a higher. Please. But I do love you, my brother. I pray. All right? Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Yeah, let's go back to Rumble. Let's talk about it.
The effects of these toxins are severe and over time lethal, causing respiratory ailments, cancer, damage to the immune systems, and sterilization in men. Since the chemtrail plan was implemented, sperm count in men has dropped nearly 50%.
Ultra test anyone? Ultra test anyone? Stay on your game. Fluoride, soy. If you're going to eat organic soy, because they do have organic soybeans, keep it very at a minimum. Keep it very much at a minimum. Okay? The rest of the soy out there is straight genetically modified. But even organic soy can bring your estrogen levels, very high. And too much alcohol can bring those testosterone levels down. It's not that you can't drink, but you have to have this good, healthy balance of everything. So stay on your ultra test and just things that boost and build that testosterone. Exercise, okay? Because they are attacking the men of Judah and Israel. You can't be strong. You can't have your hair grown. You know, when you're trying to make babies and other things that the Most High allow with your wife, you need to be on point. So if you ain't exercising, brother, you're done. I'm going to tell you right now, you might want to get back on your game. You're not going to just how we tell the sisters, they ain't going to have that look forever. You can't just walk around think you just going to look like you was when you used to play football and basketball forever either. That pot belly finna pop out. See? And that pot belly is really not the stomach. That's straight poop that have not been digested. If you want to be quite real. If you telling, man, you ain't never had a real woman cook for you. Listen, I don't know where you come from, but I'm not following that. I don't believe in that. I believe in, if I show you some pictures of some elders that's straight ripped and staying in shape and they ain't got to be the biggest and they healthy, I'm following that. All right? You can say all that until it's time to get up and run or go to war. Oh, my hip, I'm hurting. So when you pass hurting and you say hurting, that means you're not doing what I'm talking about. All right?
If this isn't reversed soon, the human race will face early extinction. Now the grand finale. This is some scary shit. In March 1997, an event known as the Phoenix Lights became the most infamous UFO sighting in history. A mile-wide vessel, clearly not man-made, flew slowly and silently over the state of Arizona and was witnessed by 10,000 people, including the governor of Arizona. To date, there has been no reasonable explanation. But for every witness interviewed, the craft was as real as anything they'd ever seen. Their lives were transformed. They now believe that we truly are not alone. However,
so see, they had a little beta test. They had a pre-test that happened. And now they're going to try it again. They've been doing little tests in third world countries with their blue beam first. They always do the pre-test in third world countries and little places where a lot of people do not exist or live. They always do it there first. See? That's why you can visit little towns and you may go to a town and be like, they know something you don't know. See? And you just like, why is everybody moving a certain way? Oh, you don't know? Oh my goodness.
There is another truth, for I know what they really saw. In 1986, while stationed at an underground installation near Boulder, Colorado, I was introduced to Project Skybeam by Lieutenant General Andrew Garris. I was then led down a corridor and into a large hangar where a stealth bomber hovered only 20 feet above me. I stood there confused. Then Garris looked over at me and smiled, then asked if I was certain of what I was seeing. I replied, of course. What else could it be? I was then shocked to find out that this wasn't a real craft. It was a projected hologram. Since the early 1950s, scientists have been developing holographic technology. And over the years...
You see that? They're talking about holographic technology. Holographic technology. See? I see Handsome Hustle said that comes from poor diet and lack of mobility. There's some people who work out and eat trash and they still look better than the people who eat healthy. So you still need to get off of your feet and work out. So it's either you're going to just totally eat healthy and not work out, which I wouldn't suggest. You should. I don't know why people run from working out. I just don't get this thing that they think the body is just going to be able to do whatever it's just going to continue to do. No. If we pull up people who ate a good diet, they look thin and beautiful, but they can't move like the people who work out and eat trash. Now, if you work out and you eat healthy, now check that out. Big difference.
Moved it to a state that we can only imagine. As I stood there staring at the bomber, which looked so absolutely real and solid that I could reach up and touch it, I contemplated the possibilities. What if this projection was 1,000 feet up in the sky? How would anyone know that that was an illusion? The Phoenix Lights craft, witnessed by 10,000 people, was the first grand-scale skybeam test upon the public. It succeeded beyond expectations. In October 1938, Orson Welles unleashed his War of the Worlds radio broadcast to the American public.
This is how they're deceiving the people. The technology they're showing you, even with the robots, they're 40 years ahead and they're showing you stuff that they started in the beginning. They're already ready to go. Don't forget, they're always 40 years ahead of technology. China, what they got going on in China, let me see. Let me tell you, what they have going on in China is way more advanced than what we're dealing here. And they've been dealing with it. Right? So this stuff, guys, and America has it too. But I'm saying this stuff that they're showing us now, they're showing us the trash right now. Just like when they gave us Skype. Remember we used to see the presidents talking on platforms like, it wasn't specifically Skype. And we were like, how does the presidents be able to talk to each other like that? And now they give us this trash where they talking on something way better than that down the line. See?
We're so realistically portrayed, vast portions of the population went into panic. Terrified citizens scrambled to evacuate their cities in droves. America had been easily tricked by very simple means. To amplify this response, those who are truly in power of not only our country, but all the countries on the planet, and who are the true purveyors of the depopulation process, have formulated the final stage of their sinister plan. In the year 2024, a global event will alter the course of mankind's future. The world will stand witness to a massive alien invasion. Thousands of projected holographic alien warships will blanket the skies, sending people into a global panic. Real military crafts within the holograms will inflict actual damage to the surrounding areas to sell the gimmick. And as a result of the ensuing human chaos, a one-world government will immediately form without any resistance from the people.
You hear that? This thing they're showing you with Canada and America. Listen, guys, these guys are all in this together, playing the divide and conquer. Oh, man, you know, the people in Canada cannot act like they're against America. The people in America can act like they're against Canada. Right? The divide and the conquer. Right? So Trump is acting like he's, hey, if Canada don't want to do this, this is what you have to do. Canada's like, well, it's too expensive for us to do this. Well, Trump is like, hey, well, you can join us in this then. See? Guys, this is all a part of their one world government plan. And it's crazy because they don't even have to really do a lot with this fake alien invasion. They don't actually have to do a lot. They're showing some sorry drones right now. priming the people. And then when they show the big alien spaceships, then people are going to be totally terrified. and then like he said, they drop some bombs with some real jets, then people are really going to be terrified. Even people who saying they believe what we're talking about now, I believe it to be true. Wait till them bombs drop. Let's see if they make this thing on the capacity of a 9/11. Let's see if people, even in the truth, who are still really going to believe. Because when 2020 happened, even people in the truth were afraid. Because trust me, when they do something, just how they did in 2020, the whole world stopped and was afraid and thought twice. So don't think it's just going to be just some anything. Even though they don't have to take it to that level, they will. But the saints must not be deceived. And we're going to go to the scriptures about it.
They will be the new world order. Once this happens.
Go dogs. Go dogs. Brother, I don't know why you came here talking about that bull God is king. Because that bull God was whipping our behind, and Moses and the Most High had to come and rescue us from Egypt. So, brother, I don't know, brother. He ain't king because we still getting our behind whipped. See? And let me tell you right now. The Most High totally punished us when we was dealing with that thing up in Egypt. Right? So, I don't know. Maybe if you think that's king, go visit Egypt and tell them that. And see what they tell you. See?
We as a people will be doomed to enslavement and accelerated depopulation. With that said, the only hope for human salvation is to acquire and spread the knowledge of these activities and agendas. Resist, retaliate, then conquer this imposing enemy. The time is now, as humanity is rapidly approaching its final days.
So yeah, I wanted to go there really quick. And you know, Rawchaa got the gigabyte land sword. He ain't, hey. in Hebrews, y'all have to start learning. We got the Hebrew Academy. Y'all still speaking this Yiddish, man? What's going on, man? You know we ain't got no vi and all this garbage in the Hebrew. It's I by God, die, how wise out. I mean, what's going on? I mean, take that Yiddish out your name. We got the Hebrew and Bible Academy. You should know that by now. Huh? Please. Let's get it. So let's go really quick. Let's go really quick to a few scriptures here. I want to go to, so people are not deceived. Let us bring a few scriptures out so you're not deceived here. We'll go to the final judgment. Matthew 25:31 says, right? When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations. And he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from his goats. And he shall set the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left. It's so crazy. Yeah, hit that like button when y'all come in, please, if you don't mind. It's so crazy how when you become a shepherd and you start learning these animals, because you're going to lose a few animals as you learn to grow them. It just happens until you learn. Okay? Even if you learn a game from the top shepherd, sometime this thing is going to happen. But what you'll notice is when you keep sheep and goats, the goats they misbehave more than the sheep. The sheep are more calm, but the sheep actually depend on they be falling out and all that. You got to, lift them back up on their stomach if they have bloat or if they're pregnant and they get too heavy. It's so many different things as a shepherd. When you actually learn how to be a gardener, a husbandman, or a shepherd, you actually understand the scriptures more. The goats are escape artists. It's funny that they call it scapegoat. They are escape artists. They need copper to help them when it comes to parasites because they really are not born with an immune system. They get it from their mother's milk. Okay? So it's deep to see the Most High said, I'm putting the goats on the left and the sheep over here. The sheep cannot get too much copper, right? And guess what? The sheep, believe it or not, are more parasite resistant than the goats. It's just powerful to me. So it's almost like when the Most High gives us a mark and protects us from the rest of the world who don't have the mark, the rest of the world is more, they can get, the punishments of the world. It's just kind of like, it's crazy how you can relate it. It's really crazy how you can relate it. And this is just some experience for me growing as a shepherd, okay? And those of you who out there are shepherds, you kind of know what I'm talking about. We're going to put the righteous on the right-hand side because we don't want them to share the different types of poop and the parasites. Not that they can't be together for a little while, but over time, believe it or not, it will cross-contaminate. Okay? She said goats eat everything. Yeah, the goats eat the little wild, thorny stuff, and the sheep are more pasture type of animals, right? So, anyway, we wanted to put this out there because people are going to be deceived thinking that when they see these ships that it's either aliens that's coming or some people will be deceived and think Christ is coming back. It'll be two deceptions. But the government probably is going to push it like we have to prepare to fight what's coming out of the sky. But some people who's just off in religion are going to think, no, Jesus said when this happens. But I'm reading to you right now so you won't be deceived. Let's go to Mark 13 and 24 right here. I have it in my notes. The coming of the Son of Man, for example. Mark 13 and 24 says, but in those days, after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened. We're not in the tribulation yet. And the moon shall not give her light. So they try to make it dark when they show these little projected things to deceive people. And the stars of heaven shall fall. So when they actually put this darkness over the sky, because they're doing it, you can't even see the stars in the sky. Like I was talking about to you when they did this a few Saturdays ago. So I'm like, listen, I can't see the stars in the sky tonight. It's not a cloud. It's weird of what it is because they spraying these chemtrails. So they're actually trying to mimic and deceive people of what the Most High says. And the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. Did you not just see what they showed on there, the fake alien invasion with a bunch of spaceships? See? And then he shall send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost parts of heaven. So those who are not in the wilderness will be gathered with the angels, some by the ships of Tarshish, when you go through the scriptures of the prophets and things like that, right? So it's showing you when Christ comes back, hey, it's not going to be no moon, no stars, no sun. So when you still see the sun coming up, you know to not be deceived. When you still see the moon coming up, you know not to be deceived. This is for those who are not counted in the number and who, unfortunately, who are supposed to be taken. Satan knows it. He knew it when he was talking to the Most High when Noah was asking to cast forth some of the demons to hell and bound some of them. All right? So do not be deceived. Let's go to Acts 1 and 6. And when they were therefore come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, when wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So when are we going to get our kingdom and rule again? And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father had put in his power. And you can precept this to Matthew 24 and 36, because no man knoweth the day or hour. But ye shall receive power or rulership after that Holy Spirit is come upon you. And ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea, and in Samaria, and unto the uttermost parts of earth. What does Christ mean about the uttermost parts of earth? They were not going to the uttermost parts of earth. at that time. Now, they were going to parts of Europe. But what he was telling them is, and I'm going to get it. What he was telling them is that it's going to be some other people after you who still have to finish the work. One moment. Let me get where we are again. That's Acts 1:6. And let me see. Acts 1:8. 1 second here. 1 second. There we go. I'm in my East Ward. Okay, there we go. Let me turn that Strong's on really quick. I want to get some for you guys really quick if you can bear with me. I want to show you this, yeah. Let me copy that. All right, we put that down. Let me put this in here for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about here. So, I want you to read this really quick. So, as we are in verse 8. But ye shall receive power after the Holy Spirit has come upon you. You're going to receive a mark to be saved in these times. You're going to receive something that can actually finish the work of Christ in the Most High. It's going to be times where you're going to heal people. There's going to be times where you don't heal people, because it may be that this person can just go and do some exercise to get healthy. So why am I going to use the power of the Most High to heal them when they can heal themselves? Or sometimes you can't heal people because you'll put a healing on somebody and then they will go back to doing the same thing. So some things the Most High won't allow and open because he knows the hearts and the minds of every man. You can tell a person, listen, I'm going to heal you of this. That person, because you can heal them of it, they'll go back to the same lifestyle, keep coming back to you. Can you heal me of this again? Well, you did it the other time. And then you'll have Negroes who get the gift of healing because they're vain. And then they get on Facebook Live. Yeah, man, we're going out healing today. Watch this. Man, get the camera right here. Watch us heal the blind. And just do some vain stuff. That's why a lot of that's going to go on in the wilderness, where it talks about the blind man is going to see and the lame shall leap and stuff like that. Because you got to purge through a lot of these idiots who think that this work is about some type of vainglory or something like that. So the Most High uses that of who he sees fit to in certain times. Right? Because a lot of things, believe it or not, for instance, I got me a little iodine in here. Just for me not having iodine before, there's going to be ailments in my body. Why do I need a healing if I could just start drinking iodine and that's going to heal me of a lot of things? So it's what I'm saying is power can't be wasted if you can just find out who you are as an Israelite, learn the law, statutes, and commandment, get your diet right. He wants you to know how far our forefathers have fallen, so you can appreciate when you get into the kingdom of heaven. You can't just get it and then you really don't even know the fullness thereof of why we failed and all we've went through. You don't even know what it feels like to have a homestead or have like the life your forefathers had. So he kind of wants us to learn and dig and to figure out like, man, we falling that hard, right? So it's not just some magic pill every time. In some cases, it's necessary for him to receive the glory for whatever situation. But a lot of things Israelites can do themselves. But there's not going to be any doctors in the wilderness, so there'll be a need for miraculous healing in that time on a mass level. Okay? Right now, it's time for us to learn how to purge ourselves from a lot of different things. My young cousin, I'm going to have to call him because my mother told me he used to work in a flower plant where most of the flour that was going out, and he's from Louisiana, most of the flour that was going out, he had to put on a suit, get inside the little flower plant yeah, and I'm not joking, where it goes out to the restaurants and the stores. And he said that there were always roaches and rats, rat poop and all of that in there. And he said he was trying to tell his family, I don't eat flour. Don't eat the flour. He said, I ain't eating honey bun, none of this. This is going out to the whole city. See? So he was like, listen, he stopped working there. I want to call him to get the details of it, because I'm like, yo, I'm not here to say you can't eat flour, but I'm telling you, you might want to listen to what I'm talking about. Be careful where you get your food and what you eat. And he said even the organic flour. And he said because he was against what was going on, they were like, listen, bro, you either down with this or you got to get up out of here. And that's why another reason outside of the bromide in the bread that I turned to, hey, I can see what's in my wheat berries. I can see what's in that. I can see if there's some type of rat poop or this and that. Yeah, no. Might be some dust in there. It might be some little wheat flour, you know what I mean? Something like that. But I can see what's in there. I can't see what's in some grinded flour. He said it was so bad, it wasn't like just a little bit. He was like, nah, this is like normal. So he was like, nah, I couldn't work in there. He couldn't work in there with good conscience. This is also for the Mars chocolate and all that, like Snickers, M&Ms, those of you who still eating that garbage. If I want some chocolate, I'm going to go to the German chocolate, the nice European chocolate, where they have rules when it comes to their food that America don't have. That Snickers and all of that, guys, when I used to eat that stuff when I was small, no wonder I had pimples and bumps. I was drinking soda and eating Snickers every day. No wonder these toxins is leaving my body. I saw a documentary when I was in Egypt about this specific company, these Snickers and all of that. Cockroaches upon cockroaches and arthropods and bugs all in it. And they said, well, they can't get it out, so they just grind it in there. I said, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So be very careful. Be very careful. Anyway, let's continue. All right. Be careful and start learning how to homestead. This is important. I can't tell you how important it is. Don't wait till the end and be like, how do I do this, Elder? You're going to be blowing up my phone. Listen, learn now while we put this stuff out. Start watching, things and learning. Get books. Okay? And I'll be showing some stuff on the Academy, and I'll be showing some things on here and whatever the case may be. And right, if you guys have subscribed to my Lions Homestead, I'm going to start posting videos back on there. If you're subscribed to my Instagram, I'm a Lion. I mostly post fitness things on there, but I'll be posting some homestead things on Lions Homestead. And like I said, you can subscribe to people like Humble Servants Homestead and others that are out there who does this thing as well. All right, because my boy be putting in that work. See? Anyway, let's get back to it. But ye shall receive power after the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria, and unto the uttermost parts of the earth, where the native Indians would eventually go. See, obviously around, you understand, the Mediterranean Sea and places like that. But this would eventually go into the four corners of the earth. Let's read that uttermost. It's in Greek, eskatos, a superfluid of probably from G2192 in the sense of a continuity, farthest, final of place or time. Check this out. Ends of, last, latter end, lowest, uttermost. Okay, so according to the four corners of the earth, and also in the latter end of time. So it would not finish, that the kingdom would come until the whole thing was done, where the gospel would go into the whole earth, is what he was saying here. So he was saying both of these things, like, listen, you guys are going to be witnesses, like those two witnesses to me, okay, in the four corners of the earth, not just here. It don't just end here, okay? So, let's go to 1 Corinthians 15:50 really quick. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, neither do corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. So when you're looking out into these spaceships or these fake drones or whatever they're calling them out there, you have to understand that these prophecies still have to come true, guys. The mark of the beast is not here. You know what I mean? Christ is coming back after the mark of the beast. So when they showing you some drones before the mark of the beast, that means you totally deceived. It say after the tribulation. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed. When you see those spaceships coming, when you see Christ coming, this is what's going to be going on. What are they talking about? Are you seeing people changing because some so-called spaceships are in the sky? So don't be deceived if they say Christ is coming. But don't also be deceived that there's some aliens in the sky, because they've been there. They now just have people looking at all the ships in the sky, whether it be drones, whether it be the Most High ships, whether it be demons. We see the things in California doing like this. Those are demons. They showed it on Ghostbusters, the little green little thing, how he had the tail. Even on the cartoon, how he would fly around and he had that tail. That's actually demons. You have the ones that fall from the sky and crash. Those are fallen angels. You have the shooting stars that go up to listen when you read the Testament of Solomon. Those are demons getting weak when they go up to listen and they fall down. I think that's either in Apocalypse of Paul or Testament of Solomon. I forget. So they just now have people just looking at things that just been there, that we've been seeing. Okay? And those people are going to be dismayed at the signs of heaven. And they're going to believe everything because their own eyes didn't tell them, is that something in the sky I see, before the government had to tell them. There you go, Jason Schaffner Slimer. Exactly. Right? So we'll go to Revelations 13 really quick. Revelations 13 really quick. Then we'll open up the lines. Check it out. Let's go down to verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Don't forget, we talked about the devil being able to have a certain amount of demons with him, right? And fallen angels with him, so that he can still deceive a certain part of mankind. This goes all the way back to the time of Noah. The power has been given to him. We have to be proven as gold tried through the fire. A man shall be as fine gold, because let me tell you, it's going to be men, dying in wars, and it's going to be a bunch of robots around here. There's going to be a bunch of LGBT situations popping off, as you see already. Sometimes I can't even get on Instagram I just scroll down, and it's just some dudes all over each other. I'm like, Lord have mercy. We just losing our men, man. Right? So it was given to him to make war with the saints. And those are the Israelites, when it specifically talks about saints. Okay? And it was given to him over the whole world. Right? All nations, kindreds, and tongues. America is over the whole world, the Roman Empire. Whether people like it or not. That dollar is showing you that. Even though they're going away from it, but still. Let us jump down to let's go to 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of the life of the Lamb, slain from the foundations of the world. Okay? If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who led us into captivity? The Jewish people. the Romans, the Amalekites. Okay, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Christ will save them for last. That's why you don't see them being on the chopping block with Puffy. It's just what it is. So don't complain about it. They have a time. Okay? It ain't about why they ain't going after the white man. They only going after the black man. This is true. This is a true argument, but Christ is saving them for last. He chastises who he loves. So if this can allow some of these celebrities to turn from their ways, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Okay? Verse 11 says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon. So this is like a wolf in sheep clothing. Okay? Even though we know these animals represent these empires, but check it out. He had 2 horns like a lamb. So he's coming like a lamb, like the Catholic Church, acting like they are Christians representing Christ, but they are actually speaking the words of the devil. They are actually, putting things out there that the Most High and Christ would not agree with. So they're acting like a lamb, like they represent Christ, who they have actually killed, but they're speaking as a dragon. Like a wolf in sheep clothing, they are a dragon in lamb clothing, pretending that they are the lamb, pretending that Cesare Borgia is Christ. What you talking about? See? And so that's why Candace Owens, you have to understand, when the Bible's talking about this right here, is specifically speaking about the Catholic Church. The lamb that's speaking as a dragon. So don't just talk about the you-wish people. They are the same exact people throughout that little coast and that border, all the way up to Turkey, to Ukraine and all of that. You know what I mean? Parts of Russia, all the way around there. See? Constantinople, all the way around there to that little place in Israel. See? They just, all these little pockets are the same people. They might have mixed with a little Persian. They might have mixed with a little Arab. Because see, the Arabs that you guys think is just the Arabs when you travel with them long noses, that came from Alexander. The Arabs, when you meet real Arabs of Ishmael, they have normal black people nose. They look like Negroes almost when you go to Saudi Arabia. I know. They have small little fat noses like us. The noses, like the hook noses, like Zazu off of Lion King, that comes from Alexander the Great and these Amalekites. And if you have that nose, I'm not saying that you're bad. What I'm saying is that this is not the original situation of how it was. This came from mixing. Okay? I'm just telling the truth. Those are not like the original Arabs. They mixed with Turkish, Persian, Esau, all that. Okay? So, that's why I used to tell brothers when they went over there, be careful who you trying to deal with some of these people over here. You don't know what you're dealing with. You can be dealing with a straight Nephilim seed. It's women over there who look too much like their daddy. I mean, they got deep voices and their hands is bigger than men's hands. It's like, Lord have mercy. This sister's foot is a size 12. I mean, you look at some of the feet on some of these women and the hands out there, you like, yo. Let me tell you right now, they look like they need to be playing basketball. And that voice hop out deep and that face is extra manly from all of that incest. Crazy out there. And you see that a lot. You think you finna hear a sweet voice, you hear, oh, Lord have mercy. Talking about alhamdulillah. Oh. Yeah. So, let's get it. And he had 2 horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon. And he exercised all power of the first beast, the Roman Empire, before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. Worship the same Roman Empire and act like you're not them. Whose deadly wound was healed. And he do a great wonder so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven. So just like this white man was just talking about on this Rumble video, that there might be Blue Beam, Sky Beam project fake ships in the sky. And then out of nowhere comes fire down, shooting down from real jets. See? Are we not speaking prophecy here? And yeah, they got the HARP fire coming down and all of that. They got that coming down. But right now, we're talking about something that was going to change the course of history. HARP haven't changed the course of history right now. I mean, it got some weather warfare. But I'm being specific right now because we're literally in this time where they're literally getting ready to open these files of these so-called UFOs. So the Bible is telling you exactly what's going on right now. So get ready. Pay close attention. Okay? The man said, fake spaceships or alien craft all over the sky would come. And he said, now, however they're going to do it, the Bible said it's going to happen. So however they do it is however they do it, but the Bible says it's going to happen. And he said the jets would shoot down whatever missiles or whatever bombs they're going to do. That fire is going to come from the sky. And what? Let's read. Because who's coming in office right now? Elon Musk, Dr. Wizard of Oz. See? Yeah. The people who are acting like they're on your side, like they're against this LGBT and all of this, they're just bringing it in a different way. Two wings of the same bird. So that he make it fire come down from heaven with those jets that are going to be, you know what I mean, acting like they're the real fake Blue Beam Project spaceships. In the sight of men, and what? And deceive it them that dwell on earth by the means of those miracles, the Blue Beam and the Sky Beam Project. The fake miracles. See? That they've been practicing in the third world countries with Mother Mary. Which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. The beast is the world governments, guys. See? Saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image to the beast. Man, we gotta join with the robots now because, you know what I mean? It's over. We gotta fight what's coming out the sky. Right? Yeah. So we need to make an image to the beast. Everybody need to get the mark of the beast because I don't know if we're going to be able to win this war. We can't fight against them, see? So they're actually doing this blow by blow to deceive the people. I'm going to read it again to you. So we brought that video out tonight to show you we're living prophecy right now. The Most High already knew what they were going to do, the elite and the fallen angels were going to do before they knew it. So these people are not telling us anything. They already know what they have to do. See? Let's read it again. And he doeth great wonders. Blue Beam Project. Sky Beam Project. So that he maketh fire come down from heaven. To where he has missiles coming out of jets from the sky with fake spaceships in the sky. Okay? Right? Where am I? In the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, by the means of that Blue Beam Project, by the means of that Sky Beam Project, because people have been led, right, and desensitized, you understand, with the spirit of fear that the Most High did not give us. Okay? The Most High gave us a sound mind, so we can see some ships in the sky and be like, nah, that ain't my Christ. He told me when he came back what was going to happen. I'm going to be here, or this is going to be happening. There's no tribulation going on yet. The mark of the beast is not here yet. And there definitely ain't no rapture. So let me tell you, all the rapture people, they have no clue of what's going on. They just loony right now. Let's go. Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the womb by the sword and did live. So we need you to do what the government is telling you because we know what's safe and best for you. We got a space military of whatever is out the sky. I'm going to show you what Trump is saying out there too. Okay? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. The robots and the artificial intelligence. Huh? That the image of the beast should both speak, like these new robots we're talking about, and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. right? Whoever don't want to take the mark of the beast, you got to be out of there. See? And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or foreheads. What's before that? Cryptocurrency. That Texas is trying to put Bitcoin in their treasuries. So cryptocurrency is really just a big money grab right now, but you will not eventually be able to get your money out of there once this thing finishes off. So it's a little time. And we can't tell you what coins to invest in because that's just not our job. We put things out. It's your job to do your research with your family. But I'm going to spell something out for you if you have ears to hear tonight. I'm going to spell something out for you. See? Because they have to change the currency worldwide first. And then eventually, they're not going to just do anything with a shock. It's always transition because the saints have to have a way out. The saints have to have a way out of this. So it's going to be a transition that you have to stay on point with your leaders, get your households in order, and listen to your shepherds as you be guided through this. The Most High is going to give us more information as the time goes by. We don't have everything right now, but as the time goes by, he will reveal the things to his shepherds first before he does anything. Okay? So, just like 2020, you see the rest of the church is telling everybody, put this in you, do that in you. Don't just make hasty decisions before you hear things from the council of the elders. Okay? And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. Elon Musk is already talking about put something in the brain. Coincidentally that he's getting in office and he's going to be over the spending. Let me tell you, I told people long ago, don't trust that robot. Look, Sister Connor say, don't be getting on me. I wear size 12. Sister, I'm not talking about people who wear size 12. You might wear size 12 and you still look sweet, like a woman. Some of our sisters are going to be in the WNBA. That's just how it's going to go. But I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of them out there that don't just wear size 12. They talking like dudes and look like giants. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all got to be careful what Elder say. So when Elder Rawchaa say something, not everybody want to, Elder said that. No, you have to ask me what I mean. You think I didn't know all the time that some of our sisters wore the same size of what I said? I mean, it's a big nation of women wearing that. That's now that right there, that's not regular. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? I love you. Come on now. Oh my goodness. I can tell you I love y'all, Elder. Elder, I can't believe you said that. I wear size 12. Now, sister, I'm not talking about you. That, I'm assuming the size they wear, but let me tell you, it wasn't just the feet that did it to me. I'm like, man, I'm looking at these hands and his throat and his face. This is a strong face, strong head. And I'm like, she could be cute, but she looked too much like her daddy. And then when you hear her talk, Assalamu alaikum, oh, and that's a real woman. Elder said, seeing one carrying an old school TV with them hands. Yeah, I'm good on that. You can't touch me with them type of hands. Yeah, I'm good on that. It's going to remind me of some things going on in this country. Anyway, let me get back on subject. So, poor and free in bond to receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead. So in the video, they pretty much showed you the chip. Now, Elder always brung out for many years about the mark, that it's an etching in the skin when you look at it in the Hebrew, or the Greek, excuse me. And that no man might buy or sell, save or except he that hath the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, which is going to be that spending system, this financial system, okay? So we have a little time where people can kind of get their finances in order. And, if you want to invest in crypto, just pay attention to what the corporations are investing in. When you see a company like V-Chain, they're always in the UFC fighting ring. They've partnered up with UFC. When you see XRP, when you see Bitcoin countries and people dealing with these these coins, you have to ask yourself, why are these people who are rich investing their money in that? That's the research you need to do. Where are these people investing their money? See? So, I mean, you got to be wise out here. They're investing their money in real estate. They're investing in some of this crypto. And eventually it will be taxed. So you just have to be smart. Don't call me asking me, oh, what crypto should I put my money in? Get with your family, get on Google, get on YouTube, and see who's investing in what, and make your choice off of that. And be very careful. Remember your passcodes, because one thing about crypto, if you forget that passcode and you done gained $1 million, there's no customer service to get it back, at least not right now. Maybe when they make it a little bit more legal, it will be. You can forget that passcode all you want to. And when it comes to investments, if you putting $1 in, if that's all you have, that's all you have. But if you got a certain amount of money in anything, like when it comes to stocks or investments, and you put $5 in, you're like, boy, I'm gonna get rich if it turns to this. You have to start to see how the rich invest. They don't need it to hit $1 to get rich. They'll put $5,000, $10,000 in that thing, but you need to do your research, because if that's not money you can lose, don't do it. So I just gave you like a little salt there before you put it on your meat. All right? For you season your meat spiritually. Okay? So we just showed you that the Bible is talking about the events that's getting ready to take place. We showed you in the Illuminati cards that they have already had a plan for this. Correct? Let's see some of these links really quick before we go into the calls. Fair use, educational purposes only.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening.
Man, Trump is such a great actor. I don't know why he's not being in these Hollywood movies. Oh, yeah, the government, no. Listen, this dude is, let me tell you, a great actor. You meet some of these people in real life, you won't know who they really are. They got, let me tell you, 7 personalities.
Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows, and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense.
That's why you got the space military you created when you was in office, right?
I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy that...
There's people who work for NASA. I had a friend who worked for NASA. But there's a NASA, and then there's a NASA. There's a military, and there's a military. There's a corporate sector, and then there's a corporate sector. I'm talking about Masonics. I'm talking about handshakes. When I see people shaking that hand, putting that thumb over that knuckle, I'm watching a straight show here. A lot of people who you look at who be exposing whistleblowers and all that, these be straight Masonic actors. I've been telling people this for years, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, no, these people are actors. Putting on faces, changing ears, changing hairs, putting on toupees. These are actors. A lot of time they'll have a whole a perfect green screen behind them. You thinking they one place and they're in another place.
Blast it out, even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Want to know the
truth? They're very close to.
Well, they're calling them drones, but they're going to eventually tell you the difference, that it's something else outside of drones. They just started the conversation with drones. They're going to eventually tell you that there's UFOs or aliens. So they have been talking about the orbs all over the news. But like I said, you have to know the difference between the Most High ships and the other ships. Okay? So there's people who's looking up old videos and now reposting old videos of things that's in the sky all of a sudden since this stuff showed up in New Jersey with this Blue Beam project.
I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
Have you been?
Do you have any reason to think they're a threat?
And he said they might not be a threat because they would have shot him down. See? Don't let no man deceive you. Just follow the Bible, guys. I'm telling you right now. Fair use, educational purposes only.
Reports of mysterious drones.
Look, guys, there's one there, one there, one there.
Turning into thousands of posts going viral online.
Coming in one after one.
With people from coast to coast now spending a lot more time looking up and pointing their cameras into the night.
This is bizarre. There's more over there, look.
Some could be optical illusions, planes that seem closer than they are.
You can hear that one. That is definitely a plane.
But others have defied.
So they do what I do every night. That's why I'm like, listen, we've been doing this for a long time. When the sun goes down, I know exactly where each situation is going to be. And I know what I'm looking at. It will literally just appear out of thin air. That's something coming through a portal. That's the Most High stuff. Okay? It's like a military situation. They going around doing their thing. I've literally seen these things turn into something else. I've seen them turn into act like that they're planes. I literally have saw it. Me and the brother saw it while we street preaching and all that. So when you see these people saying, no, that's definitely a plane, because you have people arguing me, no, that's a plane. I'm like, look, brother, it's not a plane. Watch it one night with me and watch how it appears. And it looks like it looks like a gyroscope spinning like this. And out of nowhere, when it comes closer to where the eye can see it, it'll shapeshift into a plane. That's the Most High's angels. That's a different situation. And then you'll have the ones, which is the transformers. That's why they said robots in disguise. They were really saying demons in disguise. That's what they were really meaning. Because in the sky, you'll have one show up, another one will come out, another one will come out of that one, and then it will come back together, and now they'll come out with more or less. Those are demons. Okay? And then you have demons with the tails that can go around like this and flying and sit together. That's the same thing. Sometimes they just go around with a tail. Those are demons. So now you're just having people just showing all these old videos online and now realizing these things have all been in the sky. But that have nothing to do with the Blue Beam. The Blue Beam Project is literally trying to show you things that they are actually putting in there. They actually showed a real figure of a gyroscope. Yeah, this looks like the thing of Ezekiel. Yeah, that's Blue Beam Project, what you're showing right now. When you don't see something disappear in thin air, the demons can disappear in thin air and the Most High ships can disappear in thin air. It's a big difference. All right? That's why they show you on Windows. When Windows comes on, you'll see the windows comes together and they can separate those. They're showing you demons when your Windows opens up. Period.
Explanation.
What the
car-sized drones operating for hours in restricted airspace and able to elude local law enforcement when they send their own drones up to give chase. In New Jersey, the Army reporting the Picatinny Arsenal has had 11 unauthorized drone
Those are not drones. Those are the cherubim. So that's why they can't deal with them. They have videos of NASA trying to shoot at the Most High's things, and the Most High's things are so fast, they just move out the way. They can't touch the Most High's things. The Most High's things have to come out to watch. That's their job, to come out to watch. The watchers.
In the last month.
Look what's back again. Same spot as last night.
21 local mayors.
Did you hear what he said? Same spot as last night. That's because they've been coming out. You just haven't been paying attention.
Demanding answers from the state.
The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. This is something we're taking deadly seriously.
The entire month before that, it was nightly drone incursions over lake.
You hear what he said? The minute you get eyes on them, they turn dark. Those are the Most High ships. Those are the Most High ships. So that's what I'm saying. Now they got the people all confused. They got the people looking at the things in New Jersey to now go out and look at the things Most High been having in the sky, plus the demons. And now they have the people's minds to where they're being dismayed and they're afraid of what's going on. They're seeing now so many different ships all over the place. That's why you just have to follow the Bible and the shepherds. We don't have to be dismayed. Oh, that's just the angels. We know they out there. When we was out in the wilderness, guess what? They were out there too.
Air Force Base.
Let's just start with current events.
Today, a congressional hearing on Capitol Hill on the national security threat drones.
We don't even need to hear this whole thing, right? I've been seeing these little things like, look.
Here's what you're going to do. Use this app.
You see, let me show you something. When you first see the Most High's ships, the gyroscope, when you zoom in, I have it all on my phone right now. When you actually zoom in, you actually see them doing this with exactly what Ezekiel was talking about. But then when, like he said, when eyes come on them, they will either disappear, they will come by each other, they will move around, or they will turn into something which this little thing that you see looks like a plane and start making noise when they were not making noise before, literally. And I've seen them with all different types of cameras.
Going. Now, I know they're saying, oh, they go dark. Well, we have high tech. We have night vision. We have tracking devices. We could track onto one of these drones in a helicopter and follow it anywhere it goes. Even if it goes dark, you can follow it. So we have extreme technology in our military. They need to go do that. We need to get to the bottom of this, because what my residents are reporting to me, and all the other mayors in all the other counties in Jersey are reporting to them, they don't feel comfortable or safe with people over their head who are not regulated.
I mean, this is so funny to me because this is stuff I've been seeing for years. And they're drones now? They're drones? Why don't you call them what the Bible calls them? So you're showing people two different things. You're showing them your holographic blue beam. You're showing drones. You're showing demons. You got the people all confused. Just tell them what the Bible says. They will never do that. Their job is to deceive the people.
These lights over his hometown in Davidsonville, just 25 miles from the nation's capital, as he pointed out. And then there's this.
I've never seen them. Wow, they just passed each other. Yeah, I've never seen them before.
New Jersey Senator Andy Kim shared this video of drones he shot yesterday. Federal authorities insist most of these sightings are actually legally manned aircraft. But Senator Kim says he checked a flight tracker app while capturing this video, and that the devices he was capturing were not on it. The sightings are happening near LaGuardia Airport, too. Officials say they received unconfirmed reports of drone activity over that busy airport. As for numbers, the FBI says it's received more than 3,000 tips from the public about drone sightings going back to November 18th, all over New Jersey. Since then, there's been an average of 92 sightings per night and expanding across half a dozen states. In a joint statement, the FBI and Department of Homeland Security said, quote, "We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat, or that they have a foreign nexus." Lawmakers, however, aren't buying it and are pushing for answers and action. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and two other senators wrote a letter calling for a briefing with the FBI and Homeland Security. While in Connecticut, Senator Richard Blumenthal says the devices should be shot down if they can't be identified. And we've learned that House Speaker Mike Johnson did get a federal briefing on the sightings, as have Senate staffers in a few select offices. But other than that, there's been very little transparency. So what's going on? Is this some contagious mass hysteria? Or are people really seeing something that our government cannot identify? Our own Rich McHugh went out drone hunting in New Jersey. He did not come back empty-handed. Rich, tell us what you saw.
Hi, Elizabeth. Well, I got to be honest here. You know, when this story first came out a few weeks ago, as a resident of...
It's not why it's occurring so obvious now. It's people who did not see it before. Candy. I don't know what, is that a man or a woman, but hopefully it ain't no dude. But it's not occurring so obvious. People are just zooming in and seeing something that people didn't have their attention to before. The world is so blind, they've been looking down at their phones. When people are driving, they're looking down at their phones. No one's looking in the sky. They did that on purpose. See, they got people focused on everything else. Not that people should be focusing on the sky, but if you read the Bible, you would know that these things are always out there. You got the basic watchers. In Apocalypse of Paul, you got angels that's literally going out securing. They have to go back and tell the Most High what the sons of man are doing every day. Right? So, oh yeah, Candy say, not a dude, all praises. Because I'm like, listen, you remember back in the day, the comedian said, yeah, they call me delicious. What was that, Cedric the Entertainer? Like, I ain't finna call another man delicious. You know, straight out. But I wanted to show you guys a few of those things there. You know, let me see here. Yeah, we showed the illuminated card. I got a few more things. Let me show you. I got 1 or 2 more videos. Do I want to show that one first or this one? I think I got only like 2 more videos to show you guys. Elon Musk. Don't forget when Elder showed that Elon Musk is okay with going to hell. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all remember Elder showed that? That this guy was okay with going to hell. Y'all remember Elder showed that, right? Let me show you a few things with these robots. All right. Let me see here. Y'all ready for these robots? Who ready for the robots? Fair use, educational purposes only. You gonna have your robot up in there? Gonna cost as much as a cheap car soon. You know Jake finna be trying to blast them dang on little dog robots that come through the hood, but they got 360 cameras. They gonna be running around with masks trying to blast these dogs, and then they gonna arm the little robots with guns. And Jake gonna be in trouble. Jake gonna wish they got out the hood. Right? Fair use, educational purposes only. New update, Tesla bot Optimus Generation 3 insane task.
Tesla will finally unveil Optimus Gen 3 later this year with incredible improvements, especially...
I seen some on Elder Rawchaa story where some dude was stuck in a Tesla. Don't believe that this stuff won't malfunction and it's going to be perfect like they're promoting to you. Trust me when I say that.
And its tasks, which are set to be incredibly useful. Elon compared it to a real-life version of 3PO from Star Wars, but that's not the biggest surprise Elon just revealed about Tesla's humanoid robot. You might not know this, but Elon Musk confirmed that Tesla could produce this robot for just $10,000, and by 2025, thousands of
There you go, all you fornicators out there. There you go. You get you how you want to look like Megan Fox, Kim Kardashian. You ready? You ready? Uh-huh. Yeah. And most I told you do it the right way. But listen, hey, you get to have your favorite celebrity idol now.
Units will be operational in their factories. These are mind-blowing numbers. And Musk recently reaffirmed the robot's incredibly low price point. So how exactly will Tesla pull this off? And what kind of tasks will the next-gen Optimus be able to perform? When can we actually buy one? All will be revealed right now. Musk once said that, oh my goodness, all these tasks sound amazing. However, we bet that very few people actually think or truly believe robots can work in homes, schools, or nursing homes. Will they fall over, run out of battery, or need users to control them? There are countless questions, and many others are still hesitant to even ask if the...
Exactly like Elder Rawchaa said, they're making it affordable for the foolish. This thing is all about deceiving those who have to go, guys. And they're actually creating an army within these people, which will be instilled with demons. Don't forget they had this old thing called Ghost in the Machine. It was just not a machine only. There's still a life in the machine you guys don't know about. It's a place where actual demons can rest inside of these actual robots. A lot of you guys are forgetting that part, right?
Last year, when Tesla first rolled out the Gen 2 version, Optimus speed was confirmed at about 1.3 miles an hour.
So the ones in China, they already looking like fine women and all that. They in the little show accused, they had her with bow leg and all that. I said, Lord have mercy. They got this robot and listen, she did everything right that this man's wife wasn't doing. Everything, because it's funny that the wife was telling her sister, like, listen, I don't have enough time. I'm trying to get my career. There go that Babylonian woman mentality. And I just don't have time for my husband. So she had the mindset to put a freaking robot in her house. And listen, this dude was like, I don't want no robot in my house. He like, nah. But when the robot hit all the right, things that were missing in this man's life, like attention, her just listening to him, because they made this thing like, they were getting ready to come out with it. They made this thing like high tech. And she was like, oh, your heart's beating. It's like this thing was straight flirting with this guy. And this guy then dang on fell in love with the robot. The dude who played in, I forget what little superhero the brother played in. TV show he played in. He was a little black superhero. But yeah, she's straight flirting with this dude. And let me tell you, when he looking at her, like, this thing might be able to work out. I'm not going to take it back. And she come home and she finding out he liked the robot a little too much. And so why are they promoting that to black people? Because they know we are the chosen and we are the target. So if you don't have the law of the Most High following Christ, they are targeting you now in another way. They've taken the women from the man. They've said the woman talks too much. She's the problem now. After they put her up. And now, man, you can get you a woman who don't talk too much. And she can look like your favorite celebrity. So when you see 10 Kim Kardashians walking down the street, these are a bunch of robots. See? You can't fall for it, guys. So Asia is making them already look fine right now. They making a little curve in the leg, and they making them how they know people, like they women and all that. This is what's coming. They making it for the women too, who's lonely at home. And women, all they care, they have the more fornicating mind than a man. All they care about is how some size is about something. And guess what? When they at home getting choked out by this robot, you know what I mean? And the robot like smacking them around. Who you gonna tell? You gonna tell Elon Musk on the robot? Huh? You gonna wish you had that black man that was as fine gold. They about to tear this place up. Telling y'all, hey, y'all better get ready. You better get ready. They got Megan Fox. You know how Esau, some of these little promiscuous white girls, they look in your eye and tell you, yeah, they look in your eye. You be like, dang, she looking you straight in my eye. She looking in my soul. They got this Megan Fox robot right here. You know what I mean? Oh, I ain't mean to show all that. I ain't know. Hold up, I ain't gonna. Hey, they showing a little too much now. They made the robot of the Megan Fox woman. I'm like, how does robot know all that? She's like extra promiscuous and all of that, and it's like having emotion. It was weird. It was straight weird. They look in your eyes like, can I do anything for you? Do you need anything? I don't need nothing. I'm just trying to go home to the fam. Are you sure? What time are you leaving? Like just looking you straight in the eye with them big old eyelashes and them blue eyes. Just like, listen, I'm good. All right, I'm all right. Cause you know what I mean? It's like they learned specifically how to go straight to a man's fornicating mind. Where Jake be like, Lord have mercy, I was kind of liking it, but I got to get up out of here. So y'all sisters, you might need to learn a little thing or two from them on that part. Instead of giving your husband an attitude. Because they look in your eyes and be like, I'm giving you all my attention. Now they got the robots doing it. Lord have mercy. It's finna be over out here. Y'all better seek the kingdom that's coming because it's finna get weird out here. I seen a video where a young brother found out that the girl, I think your Rock sent this to me on my crazy, goofy brother, Deacon Malak, sent me a video where a young man, he didn't know that the girl was transitioned to a man. And she said, I'm this and that. She had him on the phone, but he said, so she still was recording. I think y'all probably seen this on Instagram. And he was like, I just said that because you was on the phone. But, do you have basically like a female situation down there now? And he was like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, we good. He started kissing her back. So this is what it's coming to. They have desensitized the people, to turn them over to Satan, to the dragon that the Bible is talking about, through these false, fake technology miracles. We're here. We are here. We're here, guys. Hour of temptation. We are here. All right. Let me give you this one here. Megan Fox came on that thing just like it was a straight OnlyFans. I'm like, Lord have mercy, what is going on? You know, I think they're pushing that on purpose to seduce people into these robots. So they brung on the slut walk chicks to make them the robots, right?
我们的机器人员工已经开始量产了。
Look, hold up. They got the Kali joint. They got the Kali joint. Did y'all see all them arms? Hey, they making Kali over there too. Kali robot. Lord have mercy. So now Kali got something to jump in. She got a robot to jump in. Like on Colony, they had it looked like a little crystal ball orb that they put in there where the spirit can rest in that and put it in the robot. There you go.
我们的机器人员工已经开始量产了。
Look, you see how they got her moving like, They got her moving like, You see? You seen that? Kali, look at that. Hey. They like, listen, you get to have a real version of Kali in your house doing this crap. You need me to carry your plate? I can carry your plate and cup at the same time. What you need for you? Everything Chinese say is for you. We can make for you. We can do for you. I did this for you. You're going to have everything you need in the house. See? Hey, we are here, guys. We are here. Last thing I wanted to show was, before we go into it, my wife was just watching this thing one day, and she was like, you know what, honey? This is the acronym for Dogecoin. What? Like, ain't that something? Look, there you go. Look at them pushing him. They got people caught up thinking Trump is pushing Elon because he's rich and Trump is about money. Don't be deceived by that. These guys know exactly that they were going to be in office. They knew exactly that they were going to be in office. So they had people investing in this Dogecoin, but come to find out what it actually means.
Elon Musk, known as the brains behind SpaceX and Tesla, is taking over with an axe to government spending in a newly created...
He is over government spending. Mark of the beast system, anybody that we just read in Revelations 13? Yo, Christians, have your pastor told you about that? Huh? Muslims, have your leaders told you about that? Have your imams told you about that? Huh? Have your alhamdulillah imams told you about that?
Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, which is also the name of a cryptocurrency.
Department of Government Efficiency is known as the Dogecoin. Don't you know, as soon as these people get in office, let me tell you, this crypto market is going to go crazy. It's been planned that way from the beginning. It's just a quick money grab for some of us. So some people thinking right now, oh, I'm going to get rich. Guys, America's done. Get rich for what? We just trying to endure and get it through. Yeah, we all need finances, but the finances are just to make it through and endure to the end for our kingdom. But it's the spirit of the Most High and the righteousness is going to get us through. But obviously, yeah, you're still going to need finances to move around. But some people are thinking they're just waiting on a big payday. Everybody's, yeah, this coin's going to do this, it's going to do that. Yeah, You got to pay attention to your investments. But some people are looking forward to this new crypto world, thinking that it's not going to be taxed eventually and controlled. It's always been controlled by the whales, the elite, the so-called 2%. Right? So when it comes to investments, you just have to learn how to get what you can get, use what you can use for your family in the Most High. Right? Supporting the church, and then we move from one place to the next. That's it. Okay? So I'm not excited about it like that. It's like, listen, whatever I can get, yeah, it's going to be a blessing. But I know it's going to be used for the Most High. No different than when we left Egypt and we borrowed from the Egyptians.
Inspired by a dog meme.
We're going to get the government off your back and out of your pocketbook.
You hear that? We're going to get the government or the beast off your back. You are the beast. You are the beast, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Huh?
Doge plans to cut $2 trillion, about a third of the government budget, and 3/4
Department of Government Efficiency. Huh? Watch that coin go up out of nowhere.
Of government workers.
The future is going to be amazing.
I'll be back. The future is going to be I'll be back.
Musk, like Donald Trump when he first ran for president, has no government experience. But his companies, SpaceX and Tesla, have proven efficient, especially with the streamlining of the Tesla assembly line. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Musk moved his Tesla headquarters from California to Texas, blaming excessive state regulations.
This whole thing is planned. If Texas was really free and about this and that, they wouldn't let this Mark put his company here. See? And I'm glad I was raised to never look up to some celebrities and be all over them. Like, I'm glad my parents never raised me to be some Mark like that. No.
High costs. He and his Doge co-chair, fellow billionaire entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, are expected to meet.
Vivek Ramaswamy, a Babylonian. Are you telling me your Bible is not true? Your Bible was, let me tell you, on point more than a ballpoint pen. He's working with a Babylonian. They bringing these East Indians over here. Like the one I met in Tractor Supply the other day. That I had to get the hell up out of there.
Process and eliminate many federal regulations.
Because he brought Kylie, the bull guy, the rat guy, and everybody with him when I was on that aisle. How that thing smelled.
Doge will suggest closing some agencies and take steps to prompt mass resignations of federal workers by ending popular telework programs and moving some offices out of Washington.
It's going to be a hard learning curve for him to understand that, a president isn't a king, or at least it's not supposed to be in this country, and that you're going to run against constitutional issues, you're going to run up against the law, you're going to run up against mandates of Congress.
Mr. Musk, what is Doge?
To that end, Musk and Ramaswamy last week visited Capitol Hill. Many lawmakers support Doge's stated goal of trimming government spending.
You guys might think a lot of people know about crypto and blockchain. I'm going to tell you, some people don't even know about the digital basic wallets or currencies like Cash App, still to this day. Some people who live in the country. But those are some of the people that know because they still know how to move around in the old way. Now, they're going to have to get used to eventually moving around in the new way, but some people don't even, you think everybody knows about crypto, they don't. That's a very small percentage. And unfortunately, in these few years, that's going to separate some of the rich from the poor. There will be no, upper middle class and all that more. It eventually is going to move to rich and poor. That's what this thing is going to. Okay, so make sure your house is in order. You're sitting down making plans with your families and doing whatever you need to do. Okay, so I just showed you this video, and you see them asking in the background, what is Doge? What is Doge? These people are heavily invested in a lot of this stuff. Okay, VeChain is one of these coins that it tracks things wherever your olive oil is coming from to make sure it was coming exactly from this place, exactly where it's coming from. All of it is going to transition to the mark of the beast.
but would likely resist cuts that impact their constituents. Others know the men have a direct line to the president-elect. Musk and his mother celebrated Thanksgiving with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, while Ramaswamy posted to Instagram his Thanksgiving beach reading on how to reduce the budget.
And I don't know if you've gotten to know Elon yet, but he doesn't bring a chisel, he brings a chainsaw, and we're going to be taking it to that bureaucracy.
A Babylonian and an Edomite, Roman Empire, who've taken the worship of the Babylonians and brung it to the daughter of Babylon to finish off what they didn't finish in the beginning at the Tower of Babel. We're here. And guess what? I'm happy that my God, everything he told me was true. The shepherds and the teachers that he put among us and our people is true. Right? So guess what? They're acting like they're happy and doing what they need to do. They're terrified. They are terrified.
DOGE was created as an outside advisory panel that will recommend cuts to the Trump administration and to Congress, which would have final authority over any decisions. Neither Musk nor Ramaswamy will take a government salary. Carolyn Presutti, VOA News.
Oh, they're not taking a government salary, huh? Because they have enough money. Oh, that gets people to like them and love them more. Let me tell you guys, you're here. I'm going to open up the calls for a little bit. The call-in number is 281-973-6872. You got 2 minutes to let me know what you think, about these ships, about these drones, and just give me some comments on the show tonight, what we're talking about. All right. So it's 281-973-6872. All right. And you got Dr. Oz, who's going to be over the Medicare. When they know these doctors don't know anything about actual real health. Now, I know they putting this Kennedy guy in there, and he stands for some things, but I don't know if he knows what they have planned. I'm sure he does, but 1 second here. Call-in number 281-973-6872. We're not going to stay on too much longer. We're only going to be on about 15 more minutes. So if we don't get any calls, we're going to close it out after this video here. All right. Check this out. You got Dr. Oz, who's taking over the Medicare.
Nothing.
Fair use, educational purposes only.
At Stanford Medical School about the tens of thousands of scientific papers that elucidate these root causes of why American health is plummeting and how environmental factors are causing it. For instance, in medical school, I did not learn that for each additional serving of ultra-processed food we eat, early mortality increases by 18%. This now makes up 67% of the foods our kids are eating. I took 0 nutrition courses in medical school. I did not learn that 1 billion pounds of synthetic pesticides are being sprayed on our food every single year. 99% of the farmland in the United States is sprayed with synthetic pesticides.
Make sure you clean those foods with that baking soda and the vinegar, please. Soak them, please. And this is important to deal with what I'm drinking here, because somehow, some way, something's going to get into you. Take serious what I'm saying. I got people calling me, telling me that their children are talking better now and all that. So a lot of that, what I'm talking about, is in here. So I'll come on next week to read some more of the testimonies. So I wouldn't just tell somebody something like that of how serious people's health situation is going on with, okay? Make sure that your child is getting vitamin A. They can get it through carrots. They can get it through fish. They can get it through supplementation. You understand, we're lacking iodine, okay? You understand, the vitamin C, the vitamin B12, these things are very important because they are not in the fresh milled bread. So these things are very important. Look around your diet. Kefir, we've been talking about it. So I'll talk about it again next week. But Sharon Brown is asking what I'm drinking. I am actually drinking Lugol's iodine from our website. I'm drinking Lugol's iodine. If you don't know what it is, you might want to get the Iodine Crisis book. Okay? So this is what it looks like here. All right. Let me see if I can go back to it, but that's what it looks like right there. And the reason I have our people on there is because our people are lacking it the most. Our people suffer for a lack of knowledge. So I have the next batch of pre-orders is going out tomorrow. So yeah, because our people have to have their stuff. But anyway, I want to go back to this video here. This is important.
It's many.
Once again, the call-in number 281-973-6872. If you don't call in, hey, we're gonna just close it out after this, okay? Because I know it's getting late. It's 8:45 p.m. for me here.
China and Germany, and these invisible, tasteless chemicals.
Sea moss is not a great source of iodine if you can't measure it. So I had to correct you on that, Mr. Cedric Lewis. I had to correct you. I have gel in my freezer right now. When you're dealing with an ailment, that's why I'm telling you guys, we have a lot of, I'm not saying you're a know-it-all, but we have a lot of know-it-alls. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's people who's taking sea moss in these testimonies and all that, they did not see the same results. So y'all listen to, just because he's black don't mean he know everything. Dr. Sebi, he was telling you some things, but he was also smoking weed with some chicks in the bed too. And that don't take nothing away from him. That's why I sell sea moss. Sea moss is a very good thing. I take it, but it will not even compare to what I'm drinking right now. It will not even compare because what we are lacking and what we have been dealing with for so long, you need way more than you think, and you cannot even overtake it. So I have to put that out there. I have to. It's a great source. There's a lot of great sources of iodines that I used to take. And it didn't do what I'm feeling and what people are getting. People are allegedly claiming that they're getting helped from right now. I'll say it like that. So y'all need to listen. You can't be listening to people in the chat. Listen to people who know what they're talking about. And Cedric, I'm not putting that to you, but it's a lot of people who puts things in the chat. And unfortunately, you have to be careful, like I said, because you'll tell people to do something and then there's other steps and things that they need to do. Just like with the iodine, for example. If you're taking it and you don't have selenium, everything that you're getting loose, it's going to stay in your body. So you have to really take these things serious because you'll say, I'm taking this and doing this. And then and guess what? I feel better for the day and it stays right back in your body and reabsorbs. So please pay attention and always seek counsel from the elders before you do anything. Okay? And do your own research because we're not doctors. We can't tell you what can heal, what can do what. But I'm giving you testimonies. So Mr. Cedric Lewis, I'm actually glad he said that. It is a great source of iodine, but I have to put this out there because our people are really struggling when it comes to health issues. And people are taking sea moss as if it's just a fad or a fashion. And it helps, but we're actually trying to... There's some things that needs to be healed out here. That's all I'm going to say. All right? So I'm glad Mr. Cedric actually said that.
Are strongly linked to autism, ADHD, sex hormone disruption, thyroid disease, sperm dysfunction, Alzheimer's, dementia, birth defects, cancer, obesity, liver dysfunction, female infertility, and more, all by hurting our metabolic health. I didn't learn that there are more than 80,000 toxins that have entered our food, water, air, and homes by industry, many of which are banned in Europe, and they are known to alter our gene expression, alter our microbiome composition and the lining of our gut, and disrupt our hormones. I didn't learn that heavy metals like aluminum and lead are present in our food. I learned virtually nothing at Stanford Medical School about the tens of thousands of scientific papers that elucidate these root causes of why American health is plummeting and how environmental factors are causing it. For instance, in medical school, I did not learn that for each additional serving of ultra-processed food we eat, early mortality increases by 18%. This now makes up 67% of the foods our kids are eating. I took 0 nutrition courses.
So I was playing it again because I end up pausing it, but this is very important. And a lot of things she was saying, once again, you can read in the book. I'm just telling y'all, it's gonna hey, life changer. Life changer. Literal life changer. Not like, man, I learned something from this. No. When you start, you can't just jump on this because you're gonna feel it instantly. 2, when you realize what it does and you wean yourself on it, I am on 80 drops. There's some people, let me read this on the back. Elder, what about ashwagandha? I take ashwagandha every day. Before I go to the gym, I have ashwagandha and iodine every day before the gym. Every day. There's some things that I have every single day. There's some things I have once a month, once a week. I'm disciplined with everything I do. Some of you like, I can't take all this stuff. Hey, that's for you. But then you ain't gonna get the nutrients out there. You can eat all the raw vegetables you want from the store that got the little spray at the top. And the stuff you ain't planting, unfortunately, supplements is a lick. My goats, they will suffer if they don't have all these minerals that they need. And one of the main issues with goats is the minerals that they don't get. Minerals are more important than people think. Did you know, this is just on the back, that the iodine consumption has dropped 50% since the 1970s. Did you know that decreased iodine consumption corresponds with the dramatic rise in breast cancer, prostate cancer, and thyroid disease? This is according to this book that Dr. Lynn Farrow wrote. Okay, foreword by David Brownstein, MD. Did you know that the minimal amount of iodine contained in everyday iodized salt, just like sea moss and the rest, it's just a little bit you're getting, trust me when I say that, is the result of its evaporation over time after you first open it? Did you know that the minimal amount of iodine in iodized salt starts evaporating after opening it? And on top of that, the processing of it. Bromine exposure is the biochemical equivalent of global warming. The result, environmental bromines that abound poison the thyroid and brain, slow down the metabolism, and sedate the mind. Sedation when you're not dealing with what the Most High used to have in his fish that you're saying you can get from seaweed. And yeah, I got my sea moss. It's pink and it tastes totally disgusting, by the way. People be marketing this sea moss as if they be making it taste like it's a gummy bear. It tastes totally disgusting unless you mix it with something. So I have it in my refrigerator. It helps. It has a lot of minerals in it. But what I'm talking about is something totally different. I'm talking about a mineral in specific that is missing from 90% of the people in America, if not the most of the world. Weight gain because of hormones, illness, and brain fog increase. Nutritional iodine is perfect antidote for the bromine poisoning. Its depletion is the cause of iodine crisis. This is according to Lynn Farrow in her book. This is not my beliefs. I'm just reading you something from a book. This is just a little excerpt from the book, or, a small, measure of what she wrote in the book. This is just a little bit. And you eat bromine every day in the bread that's made at the store. And I also showed you some extra things of what my cousin said of him working in one of these flour factories. We really need to get our hands on our own food. Even if it's a little bit, you just start doing it. But a lot of things this lady just talked about as a doctor on here. When I was just drinking, just do the connection. Get the book. All right? That's all I can say.
Learn that 1 billion pounds of synthetic pesticides are being sprayed on our food every single year. 99% of the farmland in the United States is sprayed with synthetic pesticides, many from China and Germany.
So when I bring something out to the people, and I don't know everything, what I don't know, I don't know. But if I bring something out, it's a big deal. It's a big deal because I'm not bringing this out because this is like a new potato chip flavor. I'm bringing this out because when I set out to do this work, I set out to do the best I could do for myself, my family, and my people. And I realized when I started my supplement company, I had to admit, I said, boy, I thought I was getting this in the spirulina. I thought I was getting this in the sea moss. I thought I was getting this. My brother made sea moss when we were living in Europe. This is not something that when people be bringing out sea moss, like, oh my goodness, my brother Malak made sea moss. It's like, this is not something, oh my goodness, right? What I'm telling you about is a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal to where I have to speak in parables about it. While I keep saying, hint, 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 Christ kept having to say, for those who have ears, let them hear. You're talking about a lot of things that we deal with on a regular day basis just from not having something the Most High would have had in the soil, had in the fish who would get it from the actual sea, right? So a lot of people are also saying, oh, I can get this from the sea. A lot of the seas are polluted. Where are we getting the sea moss from if this stuff is polluted? So then you have to get the sea moss from a certain place. So that's why I had to get mine from a clean situation, okay, without shellfish in it because people are allergic to that. So I just wanted to put all that information out there because you can actually have side effects from some of the wrong things. So please educate yourself. Stay tuned next week. I'll be going towards some more of these testimonies here because there are a lot. There are a lot. The native healer known as a seaweed man. And I'll read about that too. Yeah, I'll read about that too. So don't think that they have not known about seaweed and sea moss. Right? So we hear Dr. Sebi. Yeah, I'm Dr. Sebi. And then people start marking on Facebook, Dr. Sebi. And everybody's selling sea moss. Guys, we trying to actually really heal people's stuff, not just sell some items. Like, okay? So, anyway, I'm going to actually get off of here, and I'm going to go get me a little food. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Primed. I just forgot. Primed for the New World Order. Pay attention and do not be blinded by the signs of heaven, because the heathen are dismayed at the signs of heaven. Pay attention to the scriptures and what the scripture says. Okay? Because we cannot help you if you get deceived by these events. All right? Peace and blessings to everyone. Make sure you go to historytimes.org. Stay tuned. If you want to support the church, let me put this out for those new users who may have came in. $GOCC report can help the elders who does the lessons throughout the week. Or you can go to gatheringofchrist.org/donate. Make sure you guys are doing what you need to do to get ready for the Passover. All right, we never know when we're going to have the last Passover. You guys really need to start trying to get to the Passovers. Try to fix your life, get with your family, get your finances together. Yes, things are hard, but they're gonna always be hard. It's either as a nation, we're either gonna be like, man. One thing I learned about our God throughout my own life and watching others' lives and in the scriptures, he doesn't really just be trying to help people who just feel sorry for themselves and be like, woe is me. He be talking about in the scriptures, woe to the faint-hearted, woe to the people who don't believe. That's how our God is. It's no different than our parents saying, listen, if you come back in the house crying, I'm going to beat your behind. You need to go back out there and fight and win that fight. That's how our God is. He's like, nah, Go work hard, get it together. Yes, there's some exceptions and people who go through things. But he's like, nah, I'm not feeling sorry for somebody and just going to help him just because of that. I will bless the work of your hands. When you work and do something, if you're serious about it, and I know you're serious, that's when I'm going to bless you. That's why the Bible says, don't ask amiss when you're praying to use it upon your lust. So if you're asking, man, I want a Lamborghini, this and that, you don't need to ask for that. You can go work hard and just get that on your own because he don't care about a Lamborghini. He got something better than a Lamborghini that he flies in and walks through portals every day. See? So you have to think about that. Sometimes we pray for things that the Romans have invented, like acting, Hollywood, fighting, basketball. I pray to win this game. He don't care about a game that the Romans made up. Now you can ask him to pray to bless your hands, but till the best man win. So you have to understand our God and how he works. He don't care about sports. Okay? So I'm just telling you how it works. I'm just telling you how it works. Pray for the things according to his will. Man, I pray that the Dallas Cowboys win this year. And the Most High will not answer because he don't give a damn about some sports. That's just the truth about it. That's something that the Romans have made up. Okay? So you can make your little money off of it and he'll bless the work of your hands in your life according to how hard you work. That's called knocking on a door to gain wisdom. He'll open you up to wisdom, and wisdom is above all things. As long as you have wisdom and you use it with your daily life, that's how you're blessed. There's nothing just falling out the sky. Jacob had to work to, manipulate how he was breeding his goats and his sheep, and that's how the Most High blessed the work of his hands. He actually blessed him as he was working. He worked for Laban for 7 to 14 years. He was working. He didn't just say, I'm Jacob, I'm holy, you promised my forefather Abraham's, can I just get some blessings? Jacob worked. All right, just so y'all can understand how your God works. This is not the Christian church. Peace and blessings, and we'll see you soon. You know what I'm talking about? Hebrew and Bible Academy. Make sure you go to historytimes.org. Stay tuned for Elder Rawchaa's lesson tomorrow night. I'm out.
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that he used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy.